Illuvitars, how excited are we? I know I'm excited. I know you are too. Aaron was in the chat yesterday and has given us a bit of a breakdown on what has changed in the scope of Illuvitars. Get ready for this, guys, because it has changed enormously, and you better be excited for it. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Here it is, guys, straight from Discord. As you can see, this is Aaron and Garth talking, and Aaron is explaining that there is exactly 25 tier 0 Illuvitars. This is all of the Illuvials, but just the base of them. It's like the lesser version of them all, the base stage 1. So these are going to be available this batch, all 25 of them, plus every single batch from now onwards. So tier 0s are always going to be available for everyone, exactly the same as the overworld. They're really just streamlining everything, so they're always available. I really like this. It means that you're not going to have to buy those lower discs just to get those 3 tier 0s that are in this set. It means that you can slowly over time just buy them up when you want. You don't have to buy the low ones at all times. These can only take up the free slot in the disc. You can't get them from anywhere else. So that's why I feel like they've done this. It's just to take the pressure off that you don't have to get them this set. You can take your time with these because not everyone's going to buy that lower disc. So there's also, yes, there's also going to be the other 25 from tier 1 to tier 5. So what are they going to do with the 3 tier 0s that were supposed to be in the first 25 set? They answered this. There's going to be 3 new Illuvitars added to the first set. So on top of the 25 tier 0s, you're going to have the original 22 plus 3 extra ones that are going to be in this first set of Illuvitars. And they're going to be the stage 2 Dodo, the stage 2 Lynx in Empath, and the stage 2 Komodo Dragon. So I'm going to go and find them very soon and show you all the new ones that I've found. So stick around for this because that's the visual eye candy that's coming. So in the rare slot, this is another thing that I talked about in my video yesterday. I'll link it up above. As always, if you have not watched it, there is a few updates that Illuvium done in the last few days that you need to get your head around. So in that rare slot for the Mega Disc, you can get an accessory or an Illuvitar. I thought this was the case, but there wasn't specified anywhere that it could be either or. Also, since Illuvitars are worth so much more than an accessory, if you get an accessory, it will be a super high rarity. So it should be the top of the range accessory if you get the rare accessory in that slot. I feel like this just adds so much more value to that Mega Disc compared to the lower disc. Seeing as you don't have to do those tier 0s in this set, you can take as long as you want. And you are getting a definite rare of either one. And if it is accessory, it's raised up above. It just adds value to the Mega Disc so much more. Not financial advice here, guys, but I'm going to probably collect more of the Mega Disc after hearing this than I am of the lower one. I'm still going to get a bit of both because I do want those tier 0 Illuvitars as well, but it really leans me into the side of the more expensive ones. So each Illuvitar is going to have a power rating. To add on to those power ratings, you're going to have to add accessory on top of them, and that Illuvitar's power rating will go up. This seems to directly correspond with the leaderboards and the points you get. From these leaderboards, there's going to be rewards handed out. I don't know what they're going to be. Maybe this other disc, maybe it's ILV, SILV2. Unsure. They haven't said what these rewards are going to be yet. But it's just gamifying everything, as we all know. Also, he's specified right here that there is an all tier 0 collection. It has 25 sleeves. So it has 10 milestones like collect all the Dokas, collect all the Flish, collect all the Fire. So this is why I feel they are making tier 0s last the span of time. Because you're going to want to collect all of these. Not only the people that are here now, the people that are coming 2 years down the track, they are going to want to collect all these as well. And that is giving them the chance to fill out collections. And I'd say the rewards for them are going to be pretty nice. You fill out your full collection and it's a reward that's going to stand the test of time. But anyway, let's get into some visuals that I've found about these Illuvitars. So we're going to go and start with this one. It is another little update that Roger has given on Twitter. They have updated all the backgrounds for the first set of Illuvitars. I thought the backgrounds were really good. But just look at how magnificent some of these are. They're so simple, but they are so perfect. Like this hexagonal system down here behind the penguin, amazing. The shining lights on these two, the effects. I think They've literally just kept on knocking it out of the park. I cannot wait for Illuvitars. I know that we're getting close. I think this looks sick. I actually really like this penguin. He is definitely one of my favorites. One of the ones that I really want. So here it is, guys. Here is the tier zeros. Like, look at all these guys. There's obviously all the different affinities for them all, but I'm guessing they're all going to fairly look the same. Like, the Dokas look the same. The Atippos look the same, except for the mouth. Obviously, we get the 3 different expressions with each one. I love it. Even these backgrounds. These backgrounds are sick. Maybe, I think they're only going to be for the tier zeros. Don't hold me to that. But these backgrounds look amazing. They are so clean. I could literally stare at these all day. Come on, Illuvitars. I know you're all thinking the same. Like, oh my god, look how good all of these look. It literally gets me every time. Look at him. Or it. They don't have genders. But again, here's some more backgrounds updated. I love this one behind the Cooker and Squiz. So bloody beautiful. So simple. Like, everything is just clean. Clean is the word that I'd call all of this. It is just clean and stylized and just picture perfect. So I'll just quickly jump over to this again, just to explain that last little rare Illuvitar or accessory. As you can see here, it says rare Illuvitar. That is an accessory or Illuvitar. If it is accessory, it's going to be the highest of rarity possible. And then I'll jump on to one more thing that someone asked me about in my community post on YouTube. If you do see them, please interact with them. They're just a little way that I get to know what you guys want to hear in my videos. But as you can see here, it is 0.015 ETH and 0.075 ETH. I would probably rather, this is my personal opinion, I would probably rather them to be pegged to USD instead of ETH. Just because of how much ETH can fluctuate up and down. And as we've seen in the last 2 days, I would love the Illuvitars to come out now because ETH is in the absolute dumps, or everything's in the dumps. So everything would be super cheap compared to USD. If this was staged as USD as $25 and $100, it's just set at that amount. It doesn't matter what the ETH is, but obviously there's some bigger brains working on this than me. That's my personal preference, but that's really coming more from a fiat background. But knowing what the Web3 is like, ETH is pretty much everything. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see ETH staying around forever. But the only problem that I can see this with is, say, what happens if ETH gets to $10,000? These 2 discs are going to be worth a huge amount of USD and really going to push people out of going and buying these that aren't from Web3 originally. But anyway, that is it for today, guys. It's a quick update on Illuvitars. Let me know how you feel on them and how keen are you. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you soon.